Alrighty, day 38. Oh, it's gonna get real quick as I do this countdown. Wow, yeah, it's gonna go fast. Sorry, background noise. So, today's Sunday, so we went to church this morning. We had lunch with my brother, sister-in-law, and just had a long phone conversation with Giulia and Leo. Julia's my stepdaughter and her husband Leo, the one who we're going to be giving all of our stuff to. So we had a very long practical conversation about giving them all of our stuff and how we're going to get it to them. And then we're going to a worship night at a friend's house tonight. So I'm squeezing this in. It's a little more rushed. And the kids are playing with snow outside. The remains of the snow. So today we were in Exodus still. So it's like a little bit of like starting at the beginning, right? So we're in Exodus and then Job, and then it does like the New Testament. So I'm like in Mark, and then I'm also in Psalms. So just those are where I'm pulling from every day. But today the highlight that I felt was in Exodus, and just about manna, about the daily bread. And I think that is, even doing these videos, it's the sense of like, okay, what do you have for me today, God? And I think he's really wanting to teach us how to live on daily bread, on his daily provision. Yeah. And there was like a highlight that both, sorry, I'm gonna have to squish these videos together. Because somebody just knocked on my door. So yeah, the scripture that stuck out to John Paul and I, because we were listening on our drive from church, it says that they went out to gather manna, and the ones that gathered like more didn't have any left over, and those who gathered less had enough. And so like it, like both like measured to the same. Like it didn't matter if they got more or they got less. There was enough. There was a sufficient amount. And so it just feels like the Lord just really like, hey, there's going to be enough. Like, you could do extra work and try to accumulate, or you can just do a little, and I'm going to cover it. He's going to cover it. Like, he's the provider. He's going to cover it. So yeah, it's just daily, man. The word is good. It's daily bread. It's a daily reminder that he's faithful, that he's going to cover us. So yeah, the big piece, Brazil wise today was this like super logistical conversation with Giulia and Leo about getting them our stuff. Like, they sent us a list of all the things that they want, and I think it's just such a kindness of God that we're gonna be able to give them our stuff, and our stuff's not gonna just go to the thrift store, or like we're gonna get to literally, like, it's like an inheritance. We get to give them a house full of furniture. Like, they have a 1-bedroom apartment. They're gonna take our couch and our bookshelf and things that we've had in our house for at least 5 years. A lot of it, some of it longer, and lamps, nice pillows, some of John Paul's artwork, and kitchen stuff, my KitchenAid, things that I wish I could bring. And so it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. I'm like naming off things that we're gonna give them, and I'm like, oh, like, this is so good, and also like, wow, this is all my stuff, but they're like so excited, they're like so grateful, like it really sets them up. It's like a lot of money that they're gonna save. So and it's our daughter, and it's amazing. It's so good, so great. God's breathing on where they are in South Carolina. They're English teachers, and God's really doing a lot in the Brazilian community in South Carolina and Charleston, where they are, and it's awesome. It's awesome that we get to like sow into their life as they stay in the US and we go to Brazil. So yeah, as we go forward, and there's like more like video of like what we're actually doing, it's going to be a lot of setting things aside. I'm going to try to put things in like plastic bins and label them, because they might not be moving into their apartment. They will have to hold it for a little bit before they move in. they're planning on moving in on this March 13th, like March 11th, but they said they might try to squeeze an extra month in at their mom's to save some money. So they might put it in storage for a bit. So I'm going to try to like organize things well for them so that they can like see easily what things are. And so yeah, I've got to look into getting like the U-Haul like reserved for them. And we're going to put like new tires on our car, so they have good tires for the drive. And our car's not registered right now, so I need to do, it's like a little behind, so I need to go do the registration for the van. And like even like I was saying, like, oh, like our books, like we have a bunch of like old, like vintage, like really nice looking cool books that we had. I don't know if that's still a thing, but we still decorate our house with old books. And I was like, man, I'm gonna have to like put these back in the thrift store. And she's like, no, I want the books. And so it's just sweet. It's sweet that we'll get to give them these things that I've collected, that we've collected over the years, and they're gonna get to make their house beautiful, and it'll feel so familiar for them. And I think that's kind. And when we get to visit them, we'll get to visit them and our stuff, you know, it'll be cool. And logistically, we were talking through that our like backup plan with the dogs is we have friends who have said that if nothing else works out, they will take the dogs, at least temporarily. And so they may end up driving the dogs like halfway, like and meeting up with our friends who live in Tennessee, to give them the dogs. So it may not come to that. I'm believing God might open up some different doors, but that's our last, like our backup plan with our dogs for right now, is that they would go to stay with these friends in Tennessee, and that Giulia and Leo will drive them to South Carolina, but meet them on the way, and they would be able to take them back to Tennessee. So, man, it's just like a never ending like mental list. And some days are like today where it's just busy, and so there's nothing really practically getting done. But that was practical. It was a not 2 hour, but an hour and a half conversation with them, just talking through logistics, sending pictures back and forth. Do you want this rug? Do you want this thing? You know, obviously they're not taking any of our kids' toys. So we're going to give our kids like a certain amount of like, here's a bin, like fill this up with what you want to bring. And then that's it. That's what we're going to bring. And everything else is going to get donated. I think that we're going to give them each like a small container of things to bring, and then a bigger container, so the girls at least, of like stuff to keep, and see if we can store it somewhere here, and then we'll bring it at a later date, so that there's things that they can keep that we don't have to bring right now. But I think we'll probably do like a couple of days of videos that just kind of walking through that journey of like going through the kids stuff, especially Lila and Jovi's stuff. That's going to be hard, and my stuff, and John Paul's stuff. So yeah, all the things. That's what we got for today. We got to run, go get in the car, and head to the next thing that we're doing today. But blessings to everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.